Now, I know that a lot of you are going to be very confused as to why I'm uploading this video like this, like with no intro or anything, but I will I will explain why at the end of the video. But today, I'm going to be giving my brief review on the Barbie film that just released by Warner Brothers. And I'm not like a film critic or anything, but I think it's an interesting video idea, like Barbie collector reviews the Barbie film, because I've seen a lot of reviews of the Barbie film, but like not a whole lot by like actual collectors. So this will be the perfect opportunity to do that. Overall, I will say, and spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the Barbie film yet, I'm just going to let you know right now there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this video. But it's been like a week or so, and the movie's been doing extremely well. Like, it's been breaking all kinds of box office records, so I assume that most people that were going to watch it have already watched it. But I'm just going to go into this video. I'm not even going to try to talk about it without spoilers, but I will say, first of all, I love the film. I loved it, and I recommend it for any Barbie collector. There are a couple things in the film that us collectors know about that other people wouldn't notice, but like we'd be nitpicking about. But the film starts out basically exactly how we thought it was going to. Like, the premise of the film, if you know anything about the history, it's always been about one Barbie in Barbie Land. Like, there's a Barbie Land and then there's a real world. And then one of the Barbies in Barbie Land is too imperfect for Barbie Land, so she gets kicked out. And originally, back before the recast, because Amy Schumer was originally going to play Barbie in the movie, I think that the film was going to be talking more about like body image and stuff. I'm just assuming that it would be that, like, that would be the reason why she's too imperfect for Barbie world. But everybody has been recasted since that original draft of the film. There are elements from the original draft left over, but everybody's been recasted. So Barbie in the Barbie movie was played by Margot Robbie. Yes, I said it right this time. I'm sorry. I'd never heard it said. I assume if there's a T at the end of your name, pronounce it. But I guess I guess the T is silent. I'm sorry. But she's now played by Margot Robbie, like the main Barbie. It's sort of it sort of touches on, like, in the Barbie universe, like, there's Barbie and then there's Barbie's friends, but at the same time, like, every Barbie's Barbie. And there are a couple like named Barbie friends in the film, but there's the main Barbie, the stereotypical, she's literally called stereotypical Barbie, like the blonde hair, blue eyed Barbie is played by Margot Robbie. And I don't think anybody was upset about the recasting. I think everybody was just like, thank God. Thank God it wasn't Amy Schumer. Because Margot Robbie, she looks like a stereotypical Barbie. She really does. But basically, the film, instead of it being about body image, is more about like the Barbie, Margot Robbie's Barbie is sort of becoming self-aware, and like she starts having like an existential crisis, like she starts malfunctioning, and she has to go to the human world to find the kid, or I guess person, that's causing her to malfunction. And that's sort of the plot of the film, basically. And I think it's a really cool idea. Overall, like, the film itself didn't have as much like lore and obscure reference. Like, it had a lot of references, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have as much lore as I was really hoping for. I don't know why. In my head, I was like, I need to think more about, like, they're trying to target like a general audience, not like us crazy collectors that know like every bit of Barbie lore throughout history. Like, Oh, are they gonna reference One Modern Circle or BMR 1959 or like any of the other Barbie canons they've had throughout the years? No, no, they're not. But there were a lot of cool references in the film, especially like the Land of Misfit Toys, or basically like Weird Barbie's house in the film where all the like canceled dolls hang out. So they had all kinds of references to like the Mattel controversies over the years. Like they had Video Girl Barbie, like the Barbie that would spy on your kids. They had Pregnant Midge, the pregnant Barbie doll. They had Growing Up Skipper, the Barbie doll that grew breasts. And they had Teen Talk Barbie there, but Teen Talk Barbie, I was really hoping that either her voice box got replaced by a GI Joe, and like she's talking in a really deep manly voice, and like that'd be a reference to that old controversy where people were switching out the voice boxes, or there would be like a math class is tough reference, but that wasn't there. But I did like all the references that they did have. They also had Earring Magic Ken there. He only had one voice line, unfortunately, but they had Earring Magic Ken there along with Sugar Daddy Ken, which was never released. If you know about that story, like they were going to have an adult collector, not made for kids, an adult collector Barbie doll called Sugar Daddy Ken. And his dog was named Sugar, and he was its daddy, and that was sort of it. But like it's like he's a sugar daddy. You know what a sugar daddy is. That's it was sort of like had a double meaning. His name did, but because Barbie, for some reason, people still see it as a kids brand, even though they have like $100, $200 Barbie dolls out there. Like, who's going to be buying those for their kids? Parents like soccer moms, almond moms, as we're calling them now, they just can't see her as anything but like a kid's toy line. So they complained, and they ended up canceling that adult collectible for some reason. But so he was there. They actually referenced him in the movie. What they didn't reference was, I really wish they would have referenced the that book that came with one of the vintage Barbies that said, like, it was basically the anorexia book that said "Don't eat" on it. They didn't reference that. I wish they did. That, and giving Teen Talk Barbie a voice line. She's Teen Talk Barbie. Why didn't she have a voice line in the movie? That, I think, would have been cool. But that didn't happen. But we can always save that for the sequel. But and speaking of Sugar Daddy Ken, I did see a couple leaks. I think they're actually going to be releasing him, but unfortunately, if you waited till the credits of the film, which I watched the whole credits in case there was like a end credits scene. If you watch the whole movie, you'll know that they showed off Sugar Daddy Ken in like the doll, but it wasn't like the actual Silkstone doll. I guess they didn't have the prototype anymore, or they couldn't find it in Mattel's archives. So they basically recolored a Ryan Gosling Ken with like a Sugar Daddy's outfit and hair color and everything. And I think they're going to be releasing that. I think Mattel's actually going to be releasing that variant of Sugar Daddy Ken, which kind of upsets me a little. I'm happy that he's coming out. I just kind of wish that they actually did it exactly like the Silkstone was supposed to be. But at least the face sculpt. Like, they could have changed the body and stuff, but at least the face sculpt. Because honestly, I don't care too much about Ryan Gosling, like his doll's face sculpt. It doesn't look anything like Ryan Gosling. It's literally just a recycled fashionista's head sculpt. But at least he's coming out, I guess, according to those leaks. But I loved all those obscure references. Pregnant Midge was one of my favorite characters in the film. Just her awkward dancing at the club was or at Barbie's dream house that was one of the funniest parts of the film for me. Also, America Ferrera, I loved her performance in the film. I originally thought she was going to be playing Teresa, but Christy, Teresa, and Kira, Barbie's like original ethnic friends, they didn't make an appearance, apart from they had like their statues at Barbie's version of Mount Rushmore, and Christy and Teresa actually showed up in the end credits, which was really cool to see them there. I just kind of wish they were in the film, but I loved America Ferrera's performance, and I definitely related to her, like being an adult who still has an imagination and still has like nostalgia for Barbie. I I I loved her so much in the movie. I loved everybody's performance, really. I thought it was so funny that Ken ended up being the villain of the movie, but I think a lot of us were kind of suspecting from the trailers that they were going to have sort of a message about like um the social patriarchy between the sexes and the real world. And basically it's vice versa in Barbie world. Like men there only have as much rights there as what women did or do here. Like there's that power imbalance in Barbie world. And I saw like a lot of people were saying that oh, it was woke propaganda. And if you know anything about me, you'll know that I consider myself pretty like politically gray. So I like to watch things on like the more conservative side, the more liberal side. And the conservatives were going crazy over this film for some reason. I don't know why. They a lot of them were making up shit about it, saying that it was like super woke and stuff, and like it's not. I mean, it did have like a more like girl power. You know, it's Barbie. It's gonna have like a more like feminist message to it, but like it didn't lie about anything. I mean, women have had to fight in our world to get a lot of the rights that they have that men are just giving out the womb. That's not a lie. It's there. It's history. So I didn't really understand a lot of the criticisms that they were making, especially people like Ben Shapiro going on live burning Barbie dolls. That was a little bit too much dedication, but a little too much dedication for something they supposedly don't care about. Anyways, um, so I love that, and I love that they actually had the ghost of Ruth Handler in the movie. Can you believe that? I cannot believe they actually had the ghost of Ruth Handler in the Barbie movie. That's crazy. I made that joke like 2 years ago, and I couldn't believe it whenever I saw it. She's basically Ruth Handler in the movie is basically like Barbie's like is like the god of the Barbie world. Um and she's sort of Margot Robbie's mentor throughout the like 3/4 into the film. She kind of turns into Barbie's mentor, and I love that. Uh, I don't know how much she looked like Ruth Handler. I feel like Ruth Handler, like I see pictures of her. She seems to have like a not as small of a frame, but maybe I'm wrong. But of course, nobody's gonna look exactly like her. They got her eyebrows though. They got those like pinstripe eyebrows that she has. But anyways, I overall I love the film. Okay. And I definitely recommend it for anybody who is a fan of Barbie or has nostalgia for Barbie. I think that it definitely helps to have some familiarity with Barbie as far as like you grew up with her or you like you know a little, just a little about Barbie history. Just watch like any like 20 facts you never knew about Bart, like any video like that on YouTube. I'd recommend looking stuff like that up for seeing the movie, just so that you have some sort of appreciation for it. But us collectors, like you all watching this film, like my audience, I feel like all of us kind of we get all those like references and stuff that she graciously included into the film for us. I mean, I love everything the director came up with, but like I said, I mean, I just kind of would want more, just more. I want more references. I want more obscure, like more characters from Barbie's world, from her universe. More like 2000s and 2010s references I would like I don't know. They kind of like, from the logo of the film to the marketing to everything, it was definitely targeting like 30-year-old, 30 to 40-year-old collectors, or people who grew up with Barbie around the 80s and 90s, like millennials. And it's a very strange direction for the film, because Barbie's such like a kids franchise. This is made for like adults. This movie is very much made for people like around my age and older, that grew up with Barbie and have nostalgia for her. Just everything about the aesthetic. It's very vintage Barbie. Like, um, and there was a lot of confusion about that for people. I don't know why, like how that message didn't come through for them, but you'll always have those people who would just, they'll see Barbie and they'll be like, oh, it's for little girls. But you got people like me and you that collect these dolls, that consume this content. They got collector dolls. Like, for some reason, girls' toys in general just aren't taken as seriously as boy toys. Like, you can have like these big budget Transformers movies for adults and older children, but whenever it comes to Barbie, for some reason, that weirds people out. I don't know why. Um, but I hope we get so much more of this. And Mattel is saying that they're going to be doing a lot more films like this in the future, like for some of their other properties, like the Magic 8 Ball. It's going to get a movie, like a horror film. Barney is going to get a film like this that's geared to people who have nostalgia for that franchise. I think Uno and Hot Wheels is going to have like a Fast and Furious movie. So that's really exciting to see, or that's really exciting to look forward to. And of course, since Barbie is doing so well, they're already talking about making a sequel. And I think that's amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. Um, I'm a little upset that Mattel hasn't been doing more like actual dolls. Like, they're gonna do more for the film, and I guess they can. I mean, they can do dolls for this film. Like 5 years down the line, they can still be making dolls for this film because it's there forever. But I'm kind of sad that initially with the film that there weren't more dolls there. Because Mattel did a bunch of Ryan Gosling, not like, it doesn't look anything like him, but they did a bunch of Ryan Gosling Ken dolls, and a Simu doll, and a America Ferrera doll that doesn't look anything like her, and Margot Robbie dolls. Um, but there were a lot of characters like Alan in the film. Like, they could have reproed pregnant Midge. Like, a bunch of characters in the film. Like, they could have made like a Mattel executive Will Ferrell doll. Like, I mean, I want that, but I know a lot of people. Mattel's actually the villain of this movie, so I don't know what. It's insane that happened, but um, yeah, they didn't have as much dolls for the Barbie movie, but they must be making more money off of these random clothing partnerships that they've been having. Like, they must be making more money off of that, because Barbie's everywhere. Have you been to the mall lately? Barbie is everywhere. Like, you can't miss it. Um, and I love it. I never want it to end. And I actually went and I took June and Tiffany with me to the movie, and I got some pictures. I put them on my Instagram, and also on my YouTube community tab. I'm trying to stay more on that for you all, but uh, I'm actually probably going to see the film again sometime soon. Definitely before it goes out of theaters, but it probably will be a while because it's making so much money, guys. This is crazy how well this film is doing. But a lot of people have nostalgia for Barbie, not just women, men, mostly gay guys, but people love Barbie. Barbie's a huge part of American history. Well, history all over the world. But she's just incredibly important to so many people's childhood. even if they didn't have a Barbie. They know who she is. I'm sure they saw one of the Barbie films growing up. But that being said, now that I have got everything that I needed to say about the film off my chest, I did want to tell you all that I'm going to be doing a couple videos on this channel like this one, where it's just unedited and I'm just doing like a chill, just sit back and talk to the camera type of video. Because a lot of people I know, they like this type of content. They like to watch it while they're working on stuff. And I'm trying to get to a point where I don't have to upload these to my Google Drive and edit them in After Effects. I want to be able to take some pressure off of myself, because I've been having a lot of personal things happen in my life recently, and I've just been really busy. I've been incredibly busy, and today I actually had this crazy bill come up. It's a car bill, and if you if you own a vehicle, you know they just come out of nowhere. So I'm trying to see how, like, I don't have a second job unless you count YouTube, and it's incredibly hard to make money off of YouTube. Like, I probably made only a few $100s, even though all of my videos are monetized. It's just hard, especially whenever you're in a niche hobby like this and you upload only like once every 2 weeks. So I'm going to do a few videos like this that I might end up archiving. Once I have my personal life sorted out, I might archive these videos. But let me know, do you like videos like this where I just sit down and we talk and there's no background music and I'm just here talking and showing you something? Like, if I have a doll, I can just show you like this. Is this okay? Do you like this? Speaking of which, I don't know if you saw my community tab, but I found this Barbie fashionista. I've been searching forever for a perfect one of her, and there are definitely variants in these Barbie fashionistas. The facial screening is so much cleaner on the one that I found in the cardboard box versus the one that I unboxed a few months ago. If you want a closer look at that, check my community tab out. But I'm going to probably upload 2 different videos tonight, like this one, this video for the Barbie film review, and then just a regular unboxing, just to test the waters. Let me know. Be honest. Like, do you like this kind of stuff? Because I know I do. I like this kind of stuff. Like, most of the people that I watch on YouTube are just people that just sit back and you talk to them, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's just because I like to do other stuff while I'm watching YouTube. YouTube's not the type of platform that I sit and I watch it. Like, I use it as background noise while I'm working on something else. And I can't do that whenever I have a full-time job. I can't, no, I can't. I'm not like a trust fund baby. Like, I actually have to work for the things that I have. And it's hard whenever you aren't, like, I don't want to name anybody in particular, but like, some people like collaborate, like people have other people edit their videos, and I'm just here doing everything by myself, and I don't really get along with anybody else on YouTube or outside on the internet in general. So I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for myself, at least for now. So just give me your honest opinion on this type of upload. That being said, I hope you all have a nice rest of your night. And thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel if you want to. And I'll see you all next one. All right.